Let's take a look at what went down tonight. Dallas Mavericks. You know, sometimes it's just okay to have a regular ass win. Like nothing crazy, nothing terrible. You just win. You know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And it feels good because the way this team's been lately, down the stretch of the game, could they beat a full court press? No. Did they look like a non-Power 5 March Madness team trying to beat the full court press at the end of the game? Yes, they did. But they still pulled out the win. A fun game. 42 from Shai on 14 of 23 shooting. I mean, he was fantastic. This guy's just an unbelievable scorer, man. It's so easy and effortless. That's just the best way I can describe it. It's so effortless. Like, even his finishes at the rim, they're not easy, but they just look easy. Like, he's just beating good defenders first step like it's nothing. Stopping on a dime like it's nothing. Like, everything he does just kind of looks regular, but it's not. He's like, he might be one of the most, obviously you have like Kevin Durant's like the all-time most effortless looking scorer in the league, the shit that he does. But Shai's right up there, man. Shai is right up there with his scoring ability. It's unbelievable. Luka drops 38. I was hoping that Luka would get up to 40 so we could have two 40-point games. But Luka goes off 38, 11 boards, 8 assists, 4 turnovers, 13 of 27 shooting, putting up 27 shots. Hey, I like it. 9 of 10 from the free throw line. I love it. So a good game from Luka. Spence did his thing. Tim Hardaway, 6 of 14 from 3. The Mavericks made more threes than they made twos. They also made more free throws than they made 2-pointers. So a team that lives and dies by the three. They lived by it tonight. 40% from deep, which isn't like 40% is not an insane number. This is what I've been saying all season about the Mavs. Can they just find like a consistent middle ground? You know, like we don't need the, like, yeah, whenever they shoot plus 50% and they're blowing out teams, that's fun. But can we just find like a 35 to 40% range where it's just cool and we're in every single game that we play and have a good chance of winning every single game we play rather than the one-off game where we're shooting 10% from 3 and the team just looks like dog diarrhea? Like, can we figure that out? Reggie, 12 points. That is the second highest point total of the season for him. So good to see. Reggie up to 32 minutes tonight as well. Interesting stuff. Like, Dorian got benched down the stretch of this game. Didn't play. Didn't close it out. 23 minutes for him. That's really low for Dodo. Christian Wood, 20 minutes. Went to the locker room. We don't really know why. Like, we're all assuming it's a shoulder injury, but I guess there is the outside chance that he was kind of angry at getting pulled. I don't know. I thought Christian Wood had a good fourth quarter. He finished the game with 8 points total, but he had some plays down the stretch, right? Here's this really nice dunk by Christian Wood.
Held my breath on that one. So did I. He missed it.
Spinning. Omer Rui flopping. No! Nice. And, you know, he's just doing some light trolling here. Throwing it down. Just walks into Giddey. Giddey shoves him. They actually called that an offensive foul. And the refs went and reviewed it because OKC challenged it, and the play stood. Actually shocked by that. And then this was also a terrible call. The refs were horrible tonight on both sides. But they called that a goaltend. That's not a goaltend at all. That is a, I mean, ended up just being a rebound. It's not a block either. But Mavs challenged that and won it. So, just a game. Like, I don't really know what to say. Shai had 40 points. Luka had 38. It was fun watching those two duel it out. And, oh, my God. Isaiah Joe finished with 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting from 3. This guy is just an assassin against the Dallas Mavericks. He's been good all year. But holy shit, when he plays Dallas, in Dallas, you can expect the absolute worst to happen if you are a Mavericks fan. And that was the case tonight, unfortunately. But thankfully, the Mavericks have Luka. Tim Hardaway Jr. shot the 3-ball well. Maxey played great defense, by the way. You know, I know Shai had 42 points, or 44, 42, whatever it was. He had a great night. But I thought that Maxey did a legitimately good job on SGA. Maxey, I think, is one of the most valuable defensive players in the league, and I'm not kidding when I say that. He just does such a great job against guards, and especially when he gets put out on an island. Here's Luka playing some nice defense on Shai, too. Like, not bad. Just staying with them and forcing a tough shot. Love it. Here's some more Maxey defense. Like, Maxey's kind of an irreplaceable player. I'm not saying, like, I would never trade him, but you would have a really difficult time. A very difficult time figuring out how to replace Maxey Kleber's defense with this team. Oh, another interesting development. Luka was setting ball screens for Frank Ntilikina. So, that's kind of a weird, interesting development, huh? I mean, this one wasn't really like Dort just stayed in front and just kind of hit it a weird screen, but still. Luke Dort plays like a football player. We all know that. Here he is elbowing Tim Hardaway in the face. Nothing really malicious, but that's just how Dort is, man. Very physical guy, very physical player. But either way, 40% from deep for the Mavericks. 16 offensive rebounds. If I had to guess, that's the season high for you. If I had to guess, I can't imagine you've had a game better than that. You've had a couple overtime games, so maybe. But that's a good job. You out-rebounded the Thunder. That's a rare sight. Turning the ball over 14 times. A little bit higher than usual, but not bad. So, yeah, all in all, just a game. Like, the Mavericks don't know how many insane takeaways there are from this one, other than it was nice to get back in the win column. Mavs are now a game over 500 again, 14-13. They are now, 14-11 when Luka plays, which isn't terrible. So, I don't know. Good stuff. Jalen Williams is a fantastic player, by the way. Great rookie. The Thunder they're churning him out, man. They're churning him out. I'm very interested to see where Jalen Williams' career goes. Shai's incredible. I thought Giddey was pretty okay tonight. Lou Dort is Lou Dort, right? 3 of 11 from the field. That's Lou Dort stuff. A pretty good defense. They got a fun team. It's going to be really interesting to see where they're at when Chet comes back. And, they're 11-16 now, which the way the West is, I don't know. Like, you're going to have to pick it up if you want to be a playing team. But they're probably going to get a pretty high draft pick again. So the Thunder, they're going to be here before too long. I still to this day think they need to consolidate their assets and get the ball rolling sooner rather than later. What else happened? The Cavs lost to the Spurs. So the Spurs continue to be just like, I don't know. There's times where I'm like, oh, this is the worst fucking team I've ever seen. And then there are times when they just show up and randomly win. Josh Richardson with 24 points. Jay Rich stuff. 5 of 7 from deep. Devin Vassell. I just like his game a lot. I think he's going to be a really, really good player for a long time. I do. And the Cavs play the Mavs next. So that's fun, right? That's fun. They're gonna be angry going up against Dallas. Yeah, they'll be pissed. That'll be a fun experience. Kevin Durant did Kevin Durant things tonight against the Wizards. 30 points on, 15 shots. 11 of 17 shooting. I tweeted this out earlier that I think KD has to be in your top 5. And people are like, hell no. I think he is. Like, his scoring this year is so unbelievable. He's averaging 30 points per game on 55% shooting. I think his true shooting percentage is like 66% or something insane like that, which is insanity for a guy like Kevin Durant in his shot profile. So he just continues to turn it up. I mean, the Nets are on quite a stretch here. Winners of, 8 of their last 9 games. The Nets are quietly, very quietly rolling. And they're a fucking good team. Like, they're the 4th seed, I think, right now in the East. They make the playoffs on a bit of a run, and Ben's kind of healthy, and Kyrie and KD are meshing. Dude, I don't know if they could go toe to toe with the Celtics or Bucks, but that's a scary team. That's not a team you're super excited about getting in the playoffs. But either way, 6 at best. I don't know, man. I think that he's got an argument to be in there. I really do. The Hawks lose to the Grizzlies. Infuriating game for me. The Hawks don't play anybody. Another one of these games where the Hawks just kind of don't say anything about guys not playing, and then right before the game starts, like, oh, hey, by the way, we're missing our entire fucking team. And the fans all get pissed off because Ja Morant also was a late scratch in this game. So I saw a bunch of people on Twitter mad because, what the fuck? I go to see Ja Morant versus Trae Young, and neither of them are playing. That's just, I need NBA fans to they get so upset about this. This is just the nature of the game, and you know that. Like, you know that. It sucks, but you just know that that's a risk. AJ Griffin had 13 points in the first quarter. How do I know that? I picked him in a prize picks over. I think it was like 16.5 points. He had 13 points in the first quarter. I was like, hell yeah, this is easily cashed. Let's go. Thank God AJ Griffin didn't score another point the rest of the game. So that's, hell yeah. Great to see. That's great to see. But a nice win for the Mavericks. Again, sometimes a win is a win. Sometimes a win is a win. You take what you get, and you don't throw a fit. It's a lesson we could all learn.